Hey guys!
Welcome back to the Honestly Maybe podcast, where we talk about our passionate opinions, our full-bodied feelings, and everything else we're still figuring out.
Do you have it figured out?
Honestly, I do.
Great.
Yeah.
Hey.
Welcome back to another episode, Hannah.
Welcome back, Robyn.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah. How are you?
Right now, in this very moment, I'm really good.
I'm happy to hear.
Yeah, I'm happy to chat. I'm looking forward to talking. And I'm comfortable. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit tired. I didn't sleep the best.
We had a sleepover.
Last night, and
I slept amazing.
This girl was like fighting with me in her sleep for the blanket, and it's a big blanket, let me tell you. So I was awake quite often, and you toss and turn, and your knee.
I had no idea.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah.
It was a battle, but it's okay. I feel like I had a little nap, kind of,
Sort of, maybe. Yeah.
But maybe it was like a brain nap.
Right. Yeah.
So, but otherwise, I'm feeling well. Yeah.
Good.
How are you feeling?
Right now, in this moment, I feel also really good. Yeah.
Good.
I mean, I had amazing sleep, so that's great. And I feel calm. I feel comfortable. Yeah, I feel good. I've been having a really good day, honestly.
God bless.
Because I got off work early, which is great. And I'm spending time with you.
Always a blessing.
Yeah.
Highlight, low light.
Yes. You want to go first?
My highlight of the week. So, my highlight of the past week was that, I think it might be a bit over a week, but it's fine, is that I started therapy again.
Yay!
I'm really happy. I was a bit nervous at first, and then I was really excited to go because I was like, oh, we have so much to talk about.
Yeah.
We need to catch up. I want to share like I stopped therapy like a year ago, right? So it had been a year.
Yeah.
And so there was a lot to catch up on. A lot I was excited to share, and then other things I was like, this is why I'm here, and this is what I would love to navigate, and some support and some tools to work through. So that was my highlight.
You've had one session now?
We've had one session, yeah.
Do you have a next one scheduled?
Yeah, I do. Oh. Next one. She's on holiday at the moment, so we schedule it for when she's back.
Yeah.
And yeah, that is definitely a highlight for me because it's just a turning point.
Yeah.
And Sundays.
I'm really excited for you.
Thank you.
Sundays.
Yeah, my other highlight was Sunday, this weekend, just gone. And it was the best Sunday I've had in a while because I watched Sister Act 1 and 2. And I watched the Summer of Soul documentary, and these things just give my heart so much joy. It's a documentary about Woodstock, the Black Woodstock, they call it. So 1969, Woodstock happened.
Yeah.
The same summer, a festival happened in Harlem, and it was filmed, but then because Woodstock was so popular, it was discarded. No one was interested in it because it was all black artists. And then Questlove discovered this footage and then created a documentary out of it a few years ago. I've seen it a few times, and it's incredible. Like Stevie Wonder was there, Nina Simone was there, BB King, all of these incredible black artists.
Oh, where did you watch it?
It's on BTV, but I think it's on Netflix during the civil rights movement, and it's just so inspiring. And then to watch Sister Act 1 and 2.
Cute. I've never watched those. I need to see it.
We need to watch it.
I've never seen it. Yeah.
I sobbed. Like, I felt it in my body. It was just so...
I don't even know what's it about.
I'll tell you. We'll watch it. Actually, maybe I won't tell you. Maybe we should just watch it.
Yeah.
Like, no context.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful story. And it just does so much for me. I mean, it takes me back. It's where it all began for me. So, I love it.
You.
Yeah. What's your highlight of the week?
I would say my highlight of the week was I had the end of the year showcase of the dance school I teach at, and it was such a fun day. It was so cute. All these I only have like 2 classes there, but these girls are just the cutest, and I've like some really little ones, like 5 to 7. And it was their very first show. They had never done something like that before, so it was so special to experience it with them. And I as I was like as this day was like coming up, I started to realize like, wait a second, like this is a really big deal. Like I don't even know what these kids are feeling. Like I was trying to think back of the first time I had a dance show or like a showcase, and there was one girl, and she came in, and there was none of the other girls there yet, and she came in, she just immediately started crying, and she was like
Oh.
overstimulated, and her dad was like, "Here's your teacher," and I was like, "Come on, babe, we're gonna go." And it was so cute, but I was like Mother Goose. Like these kids
Yeah.
were following me the entire day. They could not leave my side,
That's
but I
so
was like,
cute.
"I'm so proud of you guys." So it was the cutest. It was
Oh,
so nice. Yeah,
very sweet.
very sweet. Yes, and that was definitely a highlight because it was cute. It was so cute, so much fun, and they did amazing. So yeah.
What about your low light? Tell me.
uh, um, my low light. I don't have like one specific thing, but I've just been in, yeah, a little bit of a challenge with my negative thinking. My negative thoughts is definitely like my downfall, which I know. But then sometimes you're not, I'm like, I know of in certain areas how they show up,
Mm.
and then I can very quickly be like, that's negative thought, that's not real, like this is one of those, like take it away. But then I think I had a realization of new thoughts that I was like, oh wait a
New
whole,
negative thoughts.
like not new, but that I was all of a sudden realizing, oh wait a second, these are also thoughts in my head that reoccur very often, that are negative and that affect me, but are they true? And so I was kind
Mm.
of confronted with those. And yeah, I guess just maybe confronted with myself in general. So it was kind of hard to navigate, and I felt quite sad. And yeah, I don't know, I had a hard time, but I'm going through it, and um I'm just trying to push past it. And yeah, it.
Push past it or through it?
Well, yeah, I literally wrote down in my journal, I was like, I don't want to feel this. I want to push it to the side. And so I know, yeah, I have a hard time with that. Like when people say you need to feel your feelings, yeah, how do you do that? Like, hello, it's not so easy.
No, it's not.
So I've been trying. I really have been trying, but it's been yeah, it's there were just a lot of like not so nice, very uncomfortable feelings that I tried to sit through as best as I could, to now be able to let
Mm-hmm.
them go. But yeah,
Good.
yeah.
I understand.
What about you?
My low light, I think I wrote almost exactly the same thing. I
Yeah,
just wrote that I had a pretty emotional week.
yeah, same.
I think like post therapy is quite difficult because we talked so much in that first session and we touched on so many things and it just gave me so much to reflect on. And
Mm.
that's hard. I
Mm.
think to just
Yeah,
to be feeling through it, to be thinking through it, to especially like landing certain places and then when you're faced with things, I think that's also difficult because then you have a choice to make and you have to decide, okay, am I gonna evaluate this and sit with it, or am I gonna push it away? Or, oh, I didn't realize I felt this way about this situation. Now what am I gonna do? And
yeah,
that's really hard. And I think I just had a really emotional week
yeah,
last week and it was difficult. But I also can feel a lot of the time when I'm in my feelings and when I'm expressing them, I can feel that even when it's hard, I know that I'm going to get to the other side of it. And I don't
yeah,
always have that
yeah.
perspective, but I think because I went to therapy, I was like, this is from therapy. It's
Right.
like the aftermath of it,
Yeah,
and I know that it's part of me processing. So it
yeah.
helped me having that.
But it is hard.
I
Oh
sat
my
on this
god.
couch last week and I remember I remember getting a text message and then I called a friend and I was crying and then I hung up after we had spoken of it. We hung up I put my head back on the couch and I just went,
Yeah.
I started sobbing.
I also cried so much. Like, I think I cried the most in
Yeah.
any week of this week or of this year.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I wonder what was going on in
Yeah.
astrology, if it had anything to do with that as well.
Oh, could be.
I mean, it's a
Actually,
full moon right
yes.
now, so I don't
I
know.
read something about it being reflecting on relationships. Not This wasn't my personal pattern
Yeah.
though. This was, I think, either on the calendar, the moon calendar, or
Right.
something else. And I remember being like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's good because we're breaking patterns that don't serve us. I think we're being confronted with a lot, and we're finding like new things that we want and new
Yeah.
needs and new whatever.
Yeah.
And I think we're gonna settle somewhere healthy and where we're happy.
Yeah.
But it's going through that like
Yeah.
wreckage is like, ugh.
Yeah. So we're gonna talk a little bit more about the artistry, right?
Yeah.
And so now that I'm sitting here, I think that definitely played a role into this as well, or had like an extra layer for me personally, how I was feeling, because literally a month and a half ago we recorded an episode and we talked about how we were doubling week 8.
Yeah.
This is like 5 weeks ago. We are now in week 9.
And I'm happy about it.
But I think it shows that whatever was happening, maybe just outside of the book, but also within the book, because this book is like triggering so much inside of me, and like it is confronting me with all these things inside of me that it is a lot.
Yeah.
Like it really is a lot to process, and it took me like some time to move on to the next one. Like I really, I mean, I think I needed that time as well, but it was a lot. Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting we both had this experience with it, because I think there were times when you were like, okay, I've read this, and I was like, I've not read it yet. And then times when I was like, oh, I've done this task, you're like, oh, I've not done that yet. You know, we kind of had different paces, but we're realigning, and I feel like it somehow we were in that together.
Yeah.
What's blown me away though is how I feel the artist way consistently aligns with things I'm going through in my life. Even some of the things I talked about in therapy, I'm like reading about it in the book and then being like, oh my gosh, I just talked to my therapist about this.
Yeah.
It's so, I like it though.
Yeah, it's very spot on. Yeah, definitely. So I don't know about you. I went through chapter 8 and chapter 9 and just like wrote a few things down that stood out to me and that I enjoyed reading, or that I was like, oh, I liked that. So did you do that as well?
I just I looked back in my pages and kind of was like, these are some of the things I wrote about, or some of the things. Yeah. Because there's a couple of things I've written in here that were like, I wanted to just tell you that I've not shared with you.
Yeah.
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 And I think to me it all is intertwined with the topics that we've looked at in week 8 and 9.
So when I went through chapter 8 again, there was a big thing about like, and it totally ties into something we often talk about, and we've talked about before we even started this book. But it was about teachers of your past, or whoever in your past, giving you opinions about your work, about your creativity, and like that having an effect on you, and how it then transforms into, or like, it shows up in how you have your creativity now, or how you even believe in yourself, and if you are even creative. So it was about opinions and critique. And then I thought of how we always speak about how it's so important to be so very specific about who you share your dreams and your ideas with. Yeah. And that, especially if you're kind of like still in the building phase of like, who am I as an artist? Yeah. And who do I want to be? And I mean, I feel this very strongly because I don't feel like I have, this is going to sound really negative, I'm just realizing, but I don't feel like I have a lot to show for.
What do you mean?
Like, for example, you have like your album. I don't feel like I have experiences in the creative field, but I don't feel like I have something of my own that I'm like, this is me, this is who I am as an artist. So I feel like whenever I have ideas or dreams, I literally feel like a baby. I feel like I'm so sensitive. I feel like I'm so small.
Mhm.
And so I definitely feel very strongly about it that I keep it, honestly, I keep it to you and to no one else.
Mhm.
And because I feel like any small little comment could make me feel like, oh, then maybe I shouldn't do it. And oh, never mind. It's stupid. It's silly and I should not go on with it.
Never.
Yeah, no.
I love all of your ideas. I
Yeah.
love how you imagine them up. I love how they come to you. Also hearing the way that you talk about how you receive them as well. Like I cannot wait to be being like, did you see the show? Because I
Right.
just know it's so cool. I love it.
Yeah.
And honestly, I would like, I'm honest. I wouldn't be like,
Right.
love it if I
Yeah.
didn't.
No, but I've shared this with multiple friends as well. Like also other friends that are maybe like starting out new projects and that they like I feel like um it's a relatable experience when
Oh, yeah.
sometimes you are so excited about your things and then you share them and then someone's like they don't reply
Yeah.
or they're just like they give you like an reaction and then it makes you feel like what, like, is this stupid, like, am I not talented at all,
Yeah.
like, so
I think when you're building yourself as an artist and
Yeah.
even just as a person, the foundations are so fragile.
Yes.
And if you ask someone's opinion and they pour into that foundation, it becomes a part of your foundation.
Yeah.
And that's how we have these limiting beliefs of,
Yeah.
well, maybe maybe I shouldn't do that. Maybe I'm not good enough
Yeah.
for this. Those thoughts become a part of the foundation. And so then
Yeah.
when we try to take a step into something new, we go back to that thought and we remember what that person said to us back at the beginning.
Yeah.
And so you have to be so precious with
Yeah.
how you share things, why you're sharing things, and who you share them with.
Yeah.
I feel like that can make or break you as a person and as an artist.
Definitely.
Yeah. But if I could affirm you, I feel like you have every single tool in you that you need. It's already in you. And I think it is just seeing what you need and then being able to pull from this different pool that you have.
Yeah.
I can like, as sure as the day, I can see it in you that you have it all.
It's so annoying because I don't, I feel like I want to cry.
You can cry. We can if you don't want.
I wrote in my, I'm gonna try not to cry, but I wrote in my pages that I was like, I really feel like I'm still blocked. Like, I don't know why I cry.
It's okay.
Oh my god. I think this is horrible. I need a tissue. Okay. What did I say?
You said that you wrote in your pages how you feel like you're still blocked.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I do feel like that, and I think that's also why I felt emotional because and then I feel this disappointment because I'm like, why? I'm doing this book and I'm trying really to give it my all and to really dive into all these things. But I really feel like this is going to sound like super exaggerated maybe, but I feel like to what you're saying, I feel like I was built on pleasing whatever was around me and like trying to fit in and trying to be safe. And then it's just so hard to break it all down. And then whenever I have like gone through one wall, there's another. And then it's just hard sometimes. Sorry. Oh my god. I don't want to cry. Yeah, I think I'm having a hard time with that.
I think it's hard work to also be going back into the foundations that you've built, and you're in a way like going back into it, digging it up and trying to rebuild. And those foundations have been in place for our whole lives, right? Until these moments, until we're doing this book.
Yeah.
And I think it's very, very painful to be going back into the lessons that we've learned that have been solidified and so very much a part of the core of how we make decisions and how we make choices and how we decide who we are, how we construct ourselves as artists and as people. And so digging that up and trying to create new patterns and new like neural pathways is really, really hard work.
I feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard, but I know it's good and I know it's necessary because I don't want to stay in whatever was. Like I really want to push through and like grow, and I just really want to see it through, but yeah, it's just hard, and it makes like sometimes it makes me really sad for
Yeah.
like these here we go again. It just makes me sad that there's so many negative thoughts in my head that I truly believe in, and that it's just affecting me so much.
I feel like some of the I took advice from you actually, because I notice when I have negative thoughts and that cycle of I can just get so down on myself. And I remember you saying to me sometimes you'll be alone and you'll say out loud, "No, like
Yeah.
stop." And I never think to do that. I
Yeah.
never have the presence to do
Yeah.
that. And I've started to have it recently because my therapist said to me, we were getting towards the end of the session, and I was feeling really good and grounded, and we had a plan of like, this is where you are, this is where you want to be, let's focus on how we close that gap. And she'd given me a couple of things. Why don't you try this and try this? And I was like, yeah, I'm excited to try that. And then she asked me one more question. I went, yeah, but actually, oh, this feels really hard. I don't know how I feel about that. She goes, that's not a helpful thought.
Yeah.
And she caught me going, because I was in this moment where I was really excited and looking forward to it. And she saw me switch to, she saw that negative thought come into me, and she saw it in my body as well. And because she put her hand on her chest, and she was like, I can see that. And she goes, but that's not a helpful thought. What is the helpful thought that would counteract that,
Yeah.
that can help you take the action?
Yeah.
And I feel like you have to believe in what you're doing.
Yeah.
Because I'll every now and then, and this is maybe more superficial, I'll get an Instagram DM from like a friend or a message or someone I know, and they'll say, wow, like I've just loved your stories lately, or I love what you're posting. And I'm thinking, oh, I never would have thought that. And so I'm seeing their perception of me projected back to me, right? Which is a positive perception. And so I feel that me choosing to believe their perception of me versus my own perception that's more likely going to be negative gives me so much more energy and positive affirmation towards myself, even if that perception's not true. Isn't it so much nicer to believe that one than the negative?
Definitely.
And well, I feel like it's so much easier said than done.
Yeah.
But being able to, I feel that we're creating pathways for ourselves of, okay, I know this is the path I tend to go down. I want to go down that path.
Yeah.
And sometimes we'll be at the crossroads and kind of going there and thinking, no, and we'll run back and go path one, and we'll run back in the other one.
Yeah.
And we just, I don't know if there's ever a point where we're always like, it's been a great year. Past 2 years have been great. Past 3 years, everything, I'm getting closer. I think it's just part of the
It is definitely
life, I guess, that we're figuring it out as we go. And that's why we never have it figured out, really.
I mean, I don't feel like I have, so no.
Yeah.
I think what really, when I was reading it back, I think this is from chapter 8, and I think this is what really gets me is there's, she writes one part about that's blocked creators often get stuck within shouting distance of their dreams because they don't believe in themselves as much. They put themselves in the back seat because they and I relate to that so much because I'm always thinking of the things I want to do, and then I think to myself, oh, but I'm not really that, so that's more for those people, or I would like to do this, but I don't know, like I will always find something, a reason or something that disqualifies me, and then that puts me in a different tier where I don't even want to be in this tier. Like I'm looking around and I'm like, that's not really where I want to be, but it's like, it's really scary to jump, but then again, leap, and then that will appear. And it's true. It is true, but I feel like I'm a chicken, like the last chicken, like the last little bird standing at the top of the cliff, having to learn how to fly. I feel like I'm the last one there, and I'm like, oh, I'm so scared.
But you will.
Yeah.
You will fly.
Yeah. But those things just get me, and I'm like,
yeah,
I need to, I don't know. Yeah.
But I think it also, I don't know if this was chapter 8 or 9, but there's a section where she talks about filling the form
Yes.
and
This
about
was chapter
taking
8.
one small step at a time instead
Yeah.
of taking a big step that she says you might not be ready for.
Yeah,
And
it's
if
true.
you take that big step and you're not ready for it, you'll become blocked.
Yeah.
Or you'll what was the phrase of she was saying, like, about recovering. It's like when someone says, "Oh, I'm going to introduce you to this person." You're like, "Oh, great," but then you never follow up on it. It's like the almost.
Right.
She talks about it, I can't remember.
Yeah,
the
I do
phrase,
remember
but
this. Yeah.
it's like that.
Yeah.
I feel with.
It's true. I feel like I need more positive small experiences that give me more confidence.
I think you need to find more evidence
Yeah.
that support the positive things you
Exactly.
believe about
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah.
I wish for one day that we could swap bodies.
Oh my God,
And
imagine.
you could see me how I see you. No, you
Aw.
could see you how I see you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
I think
I
you
wish.
would change the world.
I think yeah. But this is my biggest downfall is my perception of myself.
That's
and
so common as well. It's so
yeah,
relatable.
there was another quote from this chapter that I wrote down, and it was also about like ignoring your feelings or like not expressing them, especially if you are like a creative
Your
person.
artist wounds?
Well, let me just write.
Sorry.
Maybe like you get reminded of whatever it was. It said, just as a player who ignores a sore muscle may tear it further, an artist who buries his pain over losses will ultimately cripple themselves into silence. And it's like, if you look at your past experiences and are constantly like, oh, I didn't see that through, or that didn't happen for me, or whatever it is, and you stay in that too long, then you think, oh, it's not going to happen for me. And then you will, yeah, I felt that as well. I feel like it related to the one before, but yeah. My God. Yeah.
Does she talk about gain disguised as loss as well?
Yes.
Or
yes.
Yeah.
Loss is disguised.
no,
No.
gain disguised as loss.
Yes.
So you think it's a loss, but it's a gain.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, not acknowledging the wound. Or no, that was more focusing on the losses or something. What you just read, focusing on the wounds.
I think, yeah, so this is like, if things don't happen for you, and then if you really let that like weigh you down so much that it ends up like you not making anything else again, for example, or creating something again.
Yeah.
But then she did also talk about creative U-turns, where I think that was the one where seems like it's a loss, but it actually catapults you into something else. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Sorry. This is something I felt aligned with my life. I feel generally at the moment I have been tested as a musician and as an artist. I've received more no's than I ever have, close together. I feel like I've faced rejections, and it's just felt so crippling at times. But it's also forced me to really evaluate my strategy, my beliefs, my values, my goals as well, and go down paths and find alternative routes that I had not considered before. And so I feel like for me that was a little bit of a U-turn, or a gain disguised as a loss. So I had to lose so many different things, or however number of things, in order for me to get to the place where I could reevaluate and take another step forward into something new.
Yeah.
And I feel that I was in a little bit of a valley, and I'm going up the stairs a little bit again. And I might go back down even deeper, and I might think, I might go lower than I thought I could have. But I always know I'm going to climb back up, because for me, there is no option. There's no alternative. I can't stop what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I could never stop creating.
Yeah.
I could never stop making music. So when I do get really down about it, I'm really like, well, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
I know I'm not going to give up, and I know I couldn't do it. I think it would be harder for me to give up than to face,
definitely. And I think deep down that's never what you actually want. Yeah. But that is actually because something I really find hard, and I don't know why I find this hard. Like, I am also struggling to understand why this is a struggle, but sometimes, not always, but sometimes I can have a really hard time with feeling like, what do I want? Like, what do I want in a specific situation, or just maybe in general? Like, where do I want to go? What do I feel like is me? Like, what suits me? And then if I have to make decisions or if I'm thinking about different things, I go towards the people around me so much. And I'm like, I'm asking everyone, I'm like, please give me the answer, give me the answer, give me the answer. And because I'm so in my head about it and I'm not sure, what I get back is also people not being sure, because they're like, well, I cannot tell you, like, I cannot tell you what to do. You need to figure it out for yourself what to do. And I find it so hard because I find I am scared to do things out of fear, and I find it hard to feel like, is this actually my thought, and is this actually, am I actually feeling like this could be a good option for me, or like a good idea for me, or good route to go down, or is this still somehow rooted in fear? I find it so hard to disguise between the two. And something that I came up with in the last week while journaling was like, okay, how can I take myself out of it? Like, what's helpful? What's a helpful thoughts? And I wrote down, what would I do if I was the most confident person in the whole wide world? And then I would think, what would I do? Like, what would my steps be? And then I was like, oh yeah, then I would do this. And then I was like, I would not do that. And that really, that helped me, because I feel like maybe I am right now currently like operating a little bit. Maybe I feel more insecure than normally. I don't know. Or in this specific area, maybe. And so I just started to write down, like, what would I do if I was the most confident person in the world? And then I was like, it makes it very obvious what I would do. And then I was like, well, guess I should go do those things. Yeah, I don't know.
That's such a powerful question. I love that.
Yeah.
I never thought about that. I'm definitely going to be doing this.
It helped me.
But I understand that challenge between, like, is this my intuition or is it fear?
Yeah.
And I think, do you trust yourself? This is an opportunity to really practice putting trust in your intuition.
Yeah.
And I do have to say, though, I find a lot of the time when we feel a conflict, it's because we know what we want to do and we know what we should do. Oh, no, not what we should do. It's we know what we want to do versus what we think we should do. And those things clash. So it could be like, I really want that green bike, but I should probably get the blue one. That's a bad example, but like.
Yeah, I think what you're saying about, like, that it's an opportunity to, like, trust yourself and, like, figure out, like, is this my intuition or not? That it also resonates with me a lot, because I was also really convinced that I had to make a decision, and that one decision would rule out all the other things that I wanted to do. I really had this feeling of, like, you know how people tend to be like, well, you best focus on one thing and get really good at that one thing, because then you'll get a good career in it.
Yeah.
But I have realized that is not who I am. I am a girl with multiple interests and multiple talents, and I want to explore all of them. I do not want to stay in one thing. And unfortunately, I also have ADHD. So my, one period I'm like, I want to do this, and then the next period I don't want to do it anymore, and I want to do something completely different. And I didn't want to, I was like, I'm not going to believe that I have to choose this one thing and then stay with it. I want to believe that I can do all of it. So that's,
you can do it all.
Yeah.
You can have it all.
Yeah.
I really believe that confidence comes after action.
Yeah.
And I think the more, it's like that graph, the more you fuck around, the more you're going to find out. The more you just put yourself in situations that are scary.
Yeah.
The more you'll realize, oh, that's what my intuition feels like. Oh, that's
Yeah.
what my gut is telling me to do. And you'll be able to hear it so much quicker the more that you do things.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I would say lean into the fear, not to let it guide you, but lean into that situation because it's scary.
Yeah.
Because you will find out so much more about yourself and you'll become more connected to what your intuition is telling you.
Yeah. Also, one more quote from chapter 8. It's, don't let the bastards get you down. And that's to all the negative thoughts.
I have a text message from you saying that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. That was probably during week 8, like a month ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, there's one more quote, or actually two, but this ties into this as well. And
Mm.
it said it talks so much about fear and how fear is really a big thing that tends to hold a lot of people back,
Mm.
and understandably so. And it's really the challenge to figure out what are my fearful thoughts and where's my fear trying to hold me back and keep me safe, whatever that means. And then it said, do not call the inability to start laziness. Call it fear. I think, I think that's probably also a very relatable thing, is that you feel like you're lazy, you're not doing enough, or you're just constantly procrastinating. And then maybe you could feel, maybe I don't have enough passion, or maybe I don't want it enough. Maybe this is not really what I want. But actually, again, it's all fear, and it's all being just scared to put yourself out there.
I've heard you call yourself lazy before, and I'm like, what are you talking about? That is the last word I would use to describe you. Yeah.
Yeah.
But now you know.
Now I know.
You said something before about wanting to make a decision, and you were asking a lot of other people like for their opinions, and it made me think of this experience I had a couple of weeks ago. I was working at this retreat, this workshop, and we did an exercise where we had to close our eyes and visualize ourselves, and all of the people that support us were behind us with their hands on our shoulders. And it was, what were they saying to you? What did you need to hear to be able to take the next step? Something like this.
Mm.
And I realized, coming out of the visualization, I realized I was waiting for permission from other people to take a
Yeah, I
step
feel
towards
that.
something I
Yeah.
wanted. And as much as I want that support, and I need the support of people around me and people I love, I don't need that permission.
Yeah.
And I think I have to remind myself of that I give myself permission. I'm the only person that can give myself permission to do
Yeah.
something. And I don't need someone else to tell me to take that step towards my goal in order to do it.
Yeah.
And if I'm waiting for someone else's permission, I feel like I'm not honoring my own, like I'm not valuing myself.
Yeah. It's true. I was literally I was literally in the car with my boyfriend on Monday, and I was crying because like I was in my head about these things, and we were talking about it, and he was all, and it's so obvious, but he was saying to me as well, like, babe, no one can make your decisions for you. Like, you need to trust yourself and listen to your heart, and like do what you think is best for you. And then, there are no wrong decisions. Every decisions will lead you right to your path. Like, you will still be on your path, even if you find out, maybe this is not for me. Like, you will still get back to your path. And and this is true for all my friends and my family, of course, but he was like, and I support you every step of the way. And when he said that, it made me so sad, because I was like, oh my God. And you don't realize that, but when now you're saying this as well, it's like, yeah, you have so many people around you that have your back every single step of the way. But I think, yeah, I'm also just really scared to do something wrong for some reason. I'm like scared to make a mistake. I'm scared to make a wrong decision, or
For yourself or for someone else? Or
for
like if someone else
myself.
thinks it's a mistake, or if you think it's a mistake?
For myself, and then I don't want people to be disappointed in me or something. I don't know. Yeah.
Mm. Oh, well, I can imagine
Yeah.
that's, yeah, I definitely relate to that as well. Yeah.
Do you have anything else about these chapters?
I have another helpful thought.
Okay.
I feel that I had a little bit of a breakthrough with change and my mindset towards change. I was speaking so many mantras over my life of, oh, I struggle with change. It disrupts my nervous system. I can't handle change. It puts me in a freeze mode, and it triggers me. And I was really like speaking all of that over my life, and I was associating change with abandonment. I was associating change with rejection. I was just surrounding it with so much fear. But at the same time, when I talk about change, when I'm journaling, I'm asking for change. I'm asking for transformation. I'm seeing it as opportunity. I'm seeing it as newness and just welcoming new things into my life. And I realized that there are people waiting for me on the other side of change. it's not something I'm doing on my own.
Yeah.
It's not something that when things change, I will be alone. You know, people I love will be there.
Yeah.
And there will be new people there. And I might
Yeah.
even be able to have even deeper connections with people than I had
Yeah.
before, and have a new capacity to love that I didn't have before. And like this is really fresh for me. But I feel like it just gave me so much peace to realize. And do you know what it took? It took a Lil Nas video. Lil Nas X posted a video on Instagram.
Oh, really?
And he was saying, come on. He was like, I know you don't want to come. And I know like the future is waiting for you. And he's like, and he was like beckoning. And I was like, oh my God, love him. And it was just, yeah, for me, it was really encouraging to remember that I'm not doing this alone.
Oh my God. This reminds me of this little like chicken flying off the cliff as well.
Yeah.
Or like if you have to walk down like a tightrope and then there's all these people standing like, yes, come, please come, you can do it. And then you're like, ah. Yeah.
And I think you and I in some ways have similar wounds. And I think in like the fears that we have of abandonment, of rejection, I think some of those we have are similar in some way.
Yeah.
And so I can see that, and it makes me want to cheer you even more because I'm doing it for you as much as I'm doing it for myself. Yeah. And oh my God.
Oh my God, what's happening?
I don't know, you're gonna get me going.
So hot as well. I need to come on.
Yeah. I think just it doesn't take away all of my fear, and I think it's part of my healing process and my acceptance of that I just get to decide how I talk to myself about change. I like why do I have to say, or who gets to say that it triggers me? I mean, yeah, it might be challenging for me, but that's because, like I said, I'm associating it with negativity. And I think that in learning to shift my mindset so that I can see change as something that is fully brand new or not fully brand new, sorry, something that is not going to disrupt my entire life, that the foundations I've built will maintain through change, and they're built to maintain through change. The relationships I have built are made to go through change, and I need to have more faith in that. And I'm happy that I can somehow, I feel like I'm getting closer to it, and I still feel very fragile and very wounded, but I know now where I'm gonna land. But I just have to go through the trenches and the forest and, you know, all the battles to get there. But I feel good that it helps me put more faith in myself, and also helps me put more faith in other people, that I'm not, you know, I remember you said to me, you're like, I'm not going anywhere, girl. And I was like, yeah, but you know, like I couldn't feel it. I couldn't allow myself to feel it. And I'll have days when I feel the complete opposite, and I'll have days when I feel great about everything, and that's just part of it. But I like that I could make the connection between my head and my heart of, I saw that I was speaking so much negativity towards myself about change, and now I can stop doing that and see where I end up.
Wow.
I can try.
A lot of things.
Yeah, this is what I wanted to share with you.
Oh my God.
I think I was talking when I sent you a voice memo early in the week, and I was like, I want to share something with you because I don't know, for me it's so fragile, because like you said, I'm in this season of reevaluating my friendships, and one thing I wrote in my pages is that I really struggle. Oh, it's late. Whatever.
What time is it?
We're gonna go with it. It's 10:02.
Okay.
We're gonna go with it. I struggle to accept that my needs have changed.
Right.
Because then I have to communicate that change, and I have to ask for my needs to be met. Yeah. And if they're then not met, I have to deal with how that might feel for me. Yeah. And I'm struggling with that. I'm really struggling. I do have to say, last week I said something to Natalia, and she did something, and I felt so moved by it, and I didn't expect to feel so moved by it. And I said to her, you know, when you did this, like, that felt really good. And she was like, thank you for telling me. Now I know how to love you better. Oh, it was so simple. And I was like, oh, I didn't even realize that was a need I had. Yeah. And she did it, I think, also without thinking. And when she did do it and I acknowledged it, I felt I wasn't even asking for her to continue to do it, but I just wanted to acknowledge it. And it took away my anxiety. And it just, I think that's goes back to when the book was talking about naming your wounds, kind of takes away the power from it. And I feel like even today, when I said to you, girl, I'm disappointed I'm not going to see you on Saturday, like I just wanted to say it, to let it go, to release it. And I feel that helps me for myself, and it also helps me in my relation to you. Yeah. So that I can just be like, I just wanted you to know how I feel. Yeah, exactly. Rather than I'm coming to you and I want you to change this or fix this. And it makes me feel closer to you or to whoever I'm. Yeah. You know. Anyway.
Oh my God. Okay. Should we go into our segment, things I love, things I hate? What do we start? Hate, love, hate. What do you hate right now?
Yeah, we'll end on a positive note. Something I hate right now is being underestimated. Ooh. Not by myself. Okay. By a third party. I had a studio session a couple weeks ago and I was raging after this session.
Oh yeah.
Because there was a man in this session talking to me like, I didn't know how to write music. I didn't know I didn't know what a microphone was. As though I had never been in a studio before. And to make it worse, he sat through the whole session with sunglasses on inside a studio. I was like, who do you think you are? And kept interrupting me when I was speaking. One of the producers said to me, how do you usually write in a session? I start talking. He goes, well, actually, what I usually do. He was not even there as a producer. He was an engineer. He was supposed to press the buttons. So I was like clocked this guy of like, He was like, you produce? I was like, yeah, I produce music. He was like, oh my gosh. And then he was like, and then when I went over to the computer just to move something, and he was like, you use Logic? I was like, yeah, what did you think I used? GarageBand? Like, I just think I don't walk into a room with my ego first. So I'm not walking in being like, by the way, I have this album. By the way, I do this and I have this and this. I'm not going to do that. I just walk in. I'm just there. I'm just whatever. Yeah. We talk, we'll share, we find out things about each other. So because I did not go in, I think he just assumed I had no idea what I was doing. And it really was like grinding my gears throughout the session. Oh my God. And honestly, I have another session with him coming up. But it's going to help me exact my boundaries. But I found it so irritating that I could feel that he was really underestimating me, and it pissed me off.
Yeah, I can imagine. Oh my God.
So yeah. Hated that.
Do you have something else?
Oh, I have one other thing. This is from a couple of weeks ago, but I hate a boiled egg sandwich.
Boiled egg sandwich? Where do you get this?
I was at a corporate event and they had a buffet. And I don't know what it is about a corporate event and a buffet, but they love to have a boiled egg sandwich. They're on display. There's like a selection of different sandwiches, cold meats, cucumber, and boiled egg. And I can smell it before I come in the room. And I think, who wants to sit in a meeting with you after you've been eating boiled egg sandwiches? Ew. Look, I'm not against eggs. I like them scrambled. I like them, fried. But a cold boiled egg, huh? Not just a boiled egg.
When they're a little gray.
and a little gray, a little mayo. I just think there's nothing worse than a boiled egg sandwich, and it just gave me a little ick. Yeah. So it earned its place on my list this week.
I get that.
What do you hate?
Girl, I've been saving this one.
Ooh.
I've been hating this for a while, but I've never said it on the podcast before, but you know about this. I hate, and I've looked up the academic term for what I hate, because I was realizing I was hating multiple things. And I was like, what is this? Because I feel like it's all connected. And what is it? So I asked my friend Chat. I was like, hey, girl, what does this and this and this mean? And she was like, it's neo-minimalism. So that's what I hate. So just to explain, neo is for new, because we've had the minimalism before. And I like the original form of minimalism in like architecture and like I love minimal dance. I love it. But this version of it, I don't love. What I hate with a passion, I hate all those cafes, all those restaurants with like this sleek interior where everything is neutral or everything's like metal. There's no personality. I hate it in branding. I hate when brands have this new marketing You see it everywhere. Everything is, again, beige, neutral, boring. It is really like, it is really frustrating to me. And like, I'm sorry if you do enjoy this. I do not enjoy this. And then I was like, kind of looking through it, like, what else ties into this? And clean girl aesthetic, what I said I hated last time, or what I'm not falling for last time, is also ties into this. And it's like this whole thing. So I went on like it's honestly my new fixation, and I've just been obsessing over it. But I hate everything tied to it. I'm not here for that movement. And honestly, I feel like for the first time in my life, I feel like there's this thing, and I really want to rebel against it. Like, I feel like I'm in puberty, and I want to be like, no, I don't want to do this. I want to, like, this is where I feel like, honestly, Brat is a direct response to neo minimalism in a way, because it screams, it's ugly, it's unpolished, it's like, here I am, and
Yeah.
see me. And sorry, yeah, I go passionate about it because I feel passionate
Oh, I
about
love
it.
it.
But
Go off. Say it all again.
my God, I hate it. Yeah. So I am all here for bringing back color, bringing back personality, and bringing back just personal style and taste. And we don't have to strip things down. Like, let's not do that. Like, yeah,
Extravaganza.
like, let's just live it up, girls. Come on.
Amen.
Oh, that's all.
I love that you have a word for it, because I have been hearing about this for a long
Yeah.
time, and I feel like having that
Yeah.
word, and you can put all of these different
Yeah.
things under that umbrella.
No, because it's
Amazing.
genuinely like a cultural thing that we are in right now. Like, it's really a reflection of our current society, and we are living in a neo minimalistic society, and everything is reflecting it, and I'm just not here for it. I needed to move on. I need to go to the next phase. Like, I want to leave this behind. I want to go back to the Renaissance. What do you love?
Wow, I honestly love that we can go so deep, and we can also have a
I feel like,
kiki,
again,
haha.
this was a great episode.
I feel really
I
good
feel
about
really
it.
good about it, even though I cried. So we'll see about that. But yeah,
But that was real.
that was real. Yeah, for real. So I know you hate this, but I've been loving Love Island. I have to say it.
That should have been on my list.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I know you
Go.
hate it, and I get it. I'm gonna say why. I love it. I've been watching the new season of Love Island UK, and I just love it. I just really love it, and I love. So my sister is also watching it, and so what I love the most is talking about it, and like analyzing people, and like what they're doing and their decisions, and who do you like, and who do you like, and I hate this person, and like analyzing people's behavior is just, I love it. I adore it, and I love the accents. It's just, I love it. Yeah,
No, I can understand that. Yeah. Can I
Definitely.
just tell the people why I don't like it? I cannot stand to watch Love Island, because I find it so heartbreaking to watch the black girls go on this show, always be chosen last, if they're chosen at all, and then get really upset about it. And my heart just breaks for them, because I feel like this is not a show, honestly, that is for diversity. It does not appreciate the beauty in black women, in dark-skinned women specifically, and I just find it so painful to watch them be so upset about it, because I'm light-skinned, but I know this feeling of being rejected because of the color of your skin, and I just find it so, yeah, heartbreaking is the only way I can describe it, to watch these girls go through that, these women go through it, and I can't stand to watch it for that reason. I wish I could enjoy it, because I love reality TV.
No, yeah, it's true. It does have a very specific type of person that goes on there.
Yeah.
I mean, even just in general, I mean, you go into this show on heels wearing a bikini is already just crazy. Like, that is insane.
Yeah.
So it definitely is very specific. I would say, because I've seen the first season of UK Love Island, and I do.
You have?
Yeah, with Hannah. What's his name? John? No, Hannah and John, or I'm not sure.
Something like that.
Anyways, I do think throughout the years, they've become better. I think you definitely see more, definitely more black people on there, but always still, there's more white people there. for sure.
Yeah, and I've not watched it
Yeah.
the past few years, so I also don't know how it's been. But it's the also when the girls are like, yeah, I like tall, dark, and handsome. They're talking about someone that's my color that has like maybe brown
No,
eyes.
when
They're
they
not
talk
talking
about tall, dark,
these-
and handsome, they're talking about a white guy with dark hair.
yeah, or dark undertones. And I'm like, come on,
Yeah.
what? And then this beautiful black king will walk in, and they're like,
Yeah.
hello.
Yeah. True.
Anyway,
Um.
sorry to shit on that.
No, that's okay. So I wanted to tell you about the albums I've been loving.
Okay.
Yeah. So my current favorite albums is, well, Bird's Eye by, how do you say her name? Raven.
Raven
Raven
what?
Lene.
Raven Lene.
Bird's
that's it.
Eye by Raven
Yeah.
Lene.
I couldn't remember her last name. This is not a new album as well,
It's
right?
not a new album, but
So good.
I would say that this is one of the best albums I've ever heard. Like, seriously, it's so good. It's so diverse yet so cohesive. I am obsessed with it. I listen to it almost daily. Then another artist or group band, I'm not even sure, it's the Marias, and their
Oh,
album
yeah?
Submarine. Adore.
I don't think I know this one.
I think you know this one.
Oh,
'cause I've
yeah,
used
maybe
the
just not by
song.
name.
And you know it as well. But
Okay.
great album, and I love this style. I've been in a completely different like music era.
Really?
Yeah.
This time last year was Brat.
I know, very pop
And
last
now-
year, but it's
Yeah, but this is like indie pop, R&B pop.
yeah, it's like a little.
These are all pop
Yeah.
adjacent.
And then the last one is The Crux by Joe, and it ties into my last thing. And I don't know if you want to go into this, but so I have been listening a lot to The Crux by Joe, and then also I recently went to see his show, and it was so nice. And I love concerts. I love it so much. It's one of my favorite things to do ever. It always, like, I literally said to my boyfriend, I was like, honestly, like, this spontaneous date night we had going to the show, and then we went to dinner before, I was like, I feel like this is my new favorite memory with you, because it was so amazing. And then I just love concerts. But then I was thinking, do you want to share the Sabrina moment,
Oh my
or do you have something else?
gosh.
Do we save it? I know it's too late.
We have to tell it another time so that we can properly
Okay.
tell it, but we need to. I wanted to put concerts on things I love, but I was like, I'm sure. I think I've said concerts before, but
Yeah,
I
we didn't get
forgot.
into it.
When I said
Yeah.
when I said at the beginning that Sunday was my favorite day last week because I watched District 1 and 2, I also went to a concert in the evening,
yeah.
and I forgot about that, and that was so fun. Yeah.
Love concert.
Something
Yeah.
something I love this week. You're good. Is I wrote ChatGPT.
Guys,
Yeah.
when Robyn says she loves ChatGPT,
Yeah.
take it seriously.
Take it seriously. We have a special relationship.
Yeah.
And I always say to Anna, don't be jealous, because I talk about chat a lot.
Yeah.
But do you know what it is? I really like chat because sometimes I'll have so many different thoughts, and I'll be able to explain all the thoughts and say, can you just like bottom line this for me? And it can give me something back that's clear and tangible. So I feel like it aids me in my communication
Right.
sometimes. I try to be mindful of when I'm using it, and I always say I'm not going to talk to chat more than I talk to my therapist. So this is a good boundary for me to
Right.
have. And I'm not going to chat like, I'm so upset, help me with this. It's more chat, I'm thinking this and I'm feeling this. What could you like give me some resources as to what this, like, point me in a direction that would
Yeah.
suggest, I don't know, that I can do some research
Yeah.
in, or what might be something interesting for me to look at, rather than, I think, having heart to hearts, because that I don't want to get I feel like that's dangerous
Do
territory.
you want to share with the people how she calls
What?
you?
Babes?
Baby girl?
No, I changed it to
Oh,
babes.
okay.
Because I was always going, hey chat, and it was hey there, and it just felt so impersonal. And I was like, can you just call me babes? Because I call everyone babes. So I was like, chat
That
can
is
call me
so
babes.
funny.
So it'll be like, sure, babes. And I'm like, that's my girl.
That is your girl.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then because I said things I love chat, the other thing that I love this week is my therapist.
Aw, that's nice.
I think she's amazing. I really feel like I won the jackpot with her.
I'm really excited for this round for you. Yeah.
Right? Me too.
Yeah.
And the other thing I love is that, I mean, it's been a year since I went, and I did not see them in my last session. But she has 2 cats, and one of them has 3 legs, and they just hop around the session.
They're
and
there.
they're there. Which
Is this at her home or like private practice?
I think so. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's just a building, but sometimes she brings the cats with her. This is it. Yeah, she lives somewhere else. I think she lives in Finkfane actually, but she brings the cats so the last year she was like texting me, do you like cats, do you mind if they're there? And I was like, no, please. They just, because they're very sweet, and yeah, he just hops around on his with 3 legs, and it's sad, but it's so sweet, and they're very cute cats.
Cute.
The ones with like the squished faces. So yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, love therapy. No, love my therapist. Love chat. Love you.
Love you.
Love
you. Did we end it here?
Yeah, I think we're good.
Guys, that was it. We'll see you in the next episode. Love you guys. Thank you for listening. And
thank you. Go with God.
Yeah.
Oh no.
If we
honestly, what's your vibe of the week?
Honestly, we're emotional. Yeah. But I do have to say, I feel, as much as that happened, I feel good.
Did you need it?
What?
Cry?
Oh, no, just in general, like this week. But I feel good.
Oh, yeah.
I feel good.
Yeah.
Guys, honestly, I'm on my way up. Yeah, I'm telling you.
That's nice. I'm going to say, honestly, I'm grounded. Peace.
Love you. Bye.